You heard Jason Jackson with the call on the Miami Heat audio experience last night. Miami Heat winning 110-100 over the LA Clippers for the first time this season. The Heat 2 games over 500.
And new year. Now it's time to get serious.
New year, new you. Bam Adebayo was a monster yesterday.
He's been on fire the last week and a half? 2 weeks?
Dude, he has been absolutely on fire. He's been killing it. He was dunking over. They couldn't keep him off the boards yesterday, dude. He was dunking all Zubats.
Oh my goodness.
Zubats ain't having any lunch today because he took Zubats' lunch money.
He went over the top of Zubats like Zubats was reaching for Mardi Gras beads.
Yep.
And he just went right over top of him.
Dunked. Dude, I gotta tell you, could you imagine teeing up Bam Adebayo for taunting, for flexing, for doing this? Are you kidding me? Oh, what are we doing? That was unbelievable, Ed Malloy. What are you doing? You're going out here, you're giving him a technical Bam gets a technical foul? Are you kidding me with the show poniness around this league? With Joel Embiid with the shimmy after every basket that he does? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't see him getting teed up. Bam went like this, and they're like, do not teed up. Ridiculous.
Man.
We got to see our favorite thing last night.
What?
The old Spo.
Oh. Hey, there's 2 things that have picked up in the last 2 weeks. Bam and Vic.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Victor Oladipo's looking good, dude.
It's like the Heat added an all-star.
It's like he looks fast. He has burst.
Hops.
Like he has hops, dude. Like he looks like he's getting his powers back. Like that's this Victor Oladipo. I mean, he's already a monster defensively. Like poor John Wall. I mean, like you had no chance. He had no chance.
Did John Wall have to yell pineapple?
He had to yell pineapple yesterday, dude. Victor Oladipo got near pineapple. But Vic is like, and I'll tell you the thing that I love the most about him, dude. We talked about this last year. Just plopping him in the middle of the season, the chemistry with his teammates just wasn't there. How could it be? Right? Some of the passes that he's making.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. And Spo's closing with him, dude. He is closing with them.
Yep. Now, interesting enough, they went with, didn't they go at one point in the game, they went with Vic, Lowry, and
Tyler. Yep.
Went with the little 3-guard set.
3 guards with Jimmy and Bam.
And I think they did that for the defense.
Well, this is the thing about Vic. He's got so much damn wingspan. He's not like a guard. He's so damn strong, and his arms are so damn long. Like what's the difference between playing him? I guess technically in this you're playing Jimmy at the 4, but like he's not that far off of a small forward because he's he's got those pterodactyl wings.
Right.
It's
good. And one of the things what I feel about Victor Oladipo. It's my feel-good story of the year because I love to see guys make that comeback, and it's taken a minute.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
the mental wherewithal it had to take to go from having an injury, having the recovery of your injury be butchered, recover again, and now finally get to be in a spot where you think you're going to come back. And then again, they say, slow up. Let's not rush coming back this year. And now he's finally looks like he is comfortable.
Right.
He trusts his body. He is attacking with ferocity.
Right.
It's very exciting.
It's also exciting that the things that I said I had questions about have been answered. And that is when everybody's available, what is going to be the dynamic? What's going to be the rotation? How are they going to do this? And Spo has kind of just done it very effectively. They have consistent scoring with every unit. I I would imagine though, when it gets to crunch time, that rotation is going to be 7. Right? Like it just seems like he has confidence in 5 or 6 guys playing defense. He has confidence in 7 or 8 guys scoring, and it's crunch time, and he's going with that. And so it was I mean, just all around, I'm glad to see where this is headed. Hopefully they can go on like a 5 or 6 game stretch.
Yeah, I mean, look, you never expect to go on the road and have that good a trip, but you start off 2-1. Man, they could have had that Denver game too. They were playing so good.
Yep.
Denver's a good team. I mean,
Denver's
they really
a good
are.
team.
But now you got the Lakers coming up. You know, LeBron's on a little run ski, but you just beat them. They're still the Lakers. And then the
fact that we're still saying this, dude.
I know.
LeBron is on a run. He's been on a run for 20 damn years.
I mean, he's on a run after his little pity party that he had when he lost.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
DNA. But then you got the Suns. They don't have Devin Booker. They're banged up to holy hell. The Suns right now. So
they're banged up.
Scored 83 points yesterday against the Knicks.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
That's all.
Look, it went through the roller coaster you expected. Up 20. You knew that wasn't lasting. Come on.
Third quarter
to the fullest. Outscored a cool 34-14. But first quarter, second quarter, fourth quarter, dominated.
Yep.
Not an issue. Third quarter, woo. That's something. That's Kawhi Leonard. He just doesn't play, huh? Just like,
where the hell has he been?
And nobody makes a big deal about it.
Nobody makes a stink about it. And I know Jimmy's missed a lot of games this year. And Jimmy actually had some interesting stuff, which kind of worried me. I was a little concerned. Let's get some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Jimmy Butler, I'm getting this from Anthony Chang in the Miami Herald. He was updating his knee situation because he went to see a specialist in LA, Leroy, because he's been on the mend from this knee injury, hasn't played in back-to-backs. And now he's cleared too. But he said, I still got some work to do. It's not where it needs to be, but I got Armando Rivas, who's the Heat's trainer, to help make sure that I'm good. We just got to maintain this thing and take care of it. It's part of the game, but I want to be right. I want to be 100% so I can go out there and do what I'm supposed to do. I can't say that I'm fully healthy, but there are a lot of people that are not. So I think that it's good on a lot of levels. The more rest that I have and I'm able to get that recovery that I need, it's going to be better. So hell, whenever I'm not playing, I'm doing something to try and get it right. Is this going to be like, because, you always say the chronic things, the knee injuries, is this something he's going to be dealing with all year? It sounds like
basketball and knees, man. I think, well, he said he's been cleared for back-to-back, so maybe he's, just normally sore now.
Yeah.
So we'll see, I mean, the problem is that those first 7 guys, maybe 8, you need to play well every night to win. And so if you take one of those guys out, I don't know if you have the firepower to make up for it, especially if it's Jimmy, Bam, or Tyler.
That was the encouraging thing, though, of last night, because Jimmy and Kyle did not play well. They did not play well, and it was really the Bam and Vic show in the fourth quarter. Tyler had an amazing second quarter. Oh my God, he was like, that dude couldn't miss. I mean, Bam was great all game, but it was like Tyler in the first half, Vic in the second half. Yeah, Jimmy wasn't fantastic yesterday, but that is the thing. Like, he always has these banged up knick-knack injuries, and the whole plan is like, hey, you do want to get him healthy for the playoffs all the way. But that one, it was like, hey, I'm not fully healthy. I was like, it makes me a little nervous.
I mean, I've been nervous ever since they started with so many guys being out and getting them back in and working them back into the rotation, and then other guys getting hurt. It's like everybody hasn't been healthy all year. So,
Yeah, I think it was just the 13th time this year that they've had their actual starting lineup start with Jimmy, Kyle, Caleb, Tyler, Bam.
right.
So that's not. I mean, it's not a lot of games that they've gotten a chance to play together. We know there's been games there where somebody's gotten banged up in the midst of the game too. So they just haven't had a lot of time together. I think the thing that's encouraging though is that Spo seems to, these last couple of games, Vic closing these games in the fourth quarter. That seems to be, right up there, because Kyle didn't close the game against the Jazz.
No,
He
he
didn't play the
wasn't
fourth
even
quarter
in.
at all,
Yeah, right.
which was interesting. I was like, is that a back-to-back thing, or is he? Because that was like a one thing with yesterday. I was like, Kyle's like really doesn't have a role here with these guys all out here. And is that going to be something that he's going to be cool with if that is something they go to? Like if they're going to be in spots where, they want to go with a little bit more, defensive heavy.
Little more wingspan.
And Kyle doesn't get to the rim. Like Kyle's just he's this year, his age, he's just a spot up shooter. He doesn't have that rim pressure that he used to. It just hasn't been part of his game. Maybe that'll turn on at some point this year. Maybe that's something he's saving himself for. But we just haven't really seen that element from him this year. He basically just shoots threes. He's a good shooter, but it's got its on and off nights because that's his age right now. He's not the guy that he was a few years ago.
All right.
So the Heat win yesterday. Bam Adebayo was awesome. He's been awesome. It's going to be interesting.
He's had 70 points in the last 2 games, right?
He's been really good, dude.
Oh,
he's
60. Sorry.
He's
60. 28 and 32.
He and Tyler are now tied as the leading scorers for the team, not Jimmy. Jimmy's the 3rd leading scorer on the team. It's pretty so I mean it shows you he's definitely been on a run. The thing I love about him is I just love the aggressive nature of his game now as far as like in the paint. He is like everybody was looking about the three. He's getting to that damn free throw line. Nobody can contain him. He's faster than all these damn centers. He's and his free throw shooting has been so good this year. And the jump that he's made, the work that he's put on that, really tremendous from him. I just think I really hope he doesn't get snubbed for the All-Star game this year, dude, because this guy is a two-way player, is tremendous. And I think the thing with this, one of the things that worries me, I think he's going to make it. I think that he'll probably get 1 rep if I had to guess. But the thing that is the league is so crazy with the scoring right now. Like, go look at the scoring leaders right now, Leroy. It's nutty to see some of the numbers people are putting up with some of the best players in the game. So I hope that weight is put on a tilt because, he averages, when you look at, say, Joel, who averages 33.5 points a game, and Bam's averaging 21.5. But you consider, like, how versatile Bam is, all the things that he brings. I'm not saying that, Joel's definitely having an MVP caliber season. He's been great. But it just, I hope that Bam does get the recognition because he's just so important to everything they do. And he has taken more responsibility, especially with Jimmy out, to help carry them in a lot of ways.
Bam is to the Miami Heat what Christian Wilkins is to the Dolphins. Like, just every week, making plays, creating opportunities, whether it's scoring or tackles or sacks or tackles for loss. They both are on very similar trajectories. It's unfortunate that the way the All-Star team, these All-Star teams are selected, a lot of times guys just go with who's been there. And it's hard to crack to crack that lineup or to crack that team. But once you get in, different story.
Yeah, I thought he had the injury last year, so that obviously was going to cost him. Jimmy was the rep last year. I thought Tyler had the chance. Obviously, he was coming off the bench, and I think Tyler still has a chance this year. But I don't know. I think if one guy has to go, I feel like Bam. It's tough to deny what he's doing this year. He's been tremendous, but so is Tyler. It's just I think that a team that's been floundering around 500, I doubt that they're going to get 2 guys. And Jimmy's the best 2 any games.
Yeah, you always say that, but somehow
I was surprised he made it last year too. Right. I was surprised he made it last year. I mean, it goes to that coaches players vote. So that goes to what you're saying about once you're kind of in, you're in. And we know Jimmy doesn't even want to go to the All-Star game. He hates the All-Star game.
He didn't go last year, right?
He went begrudgingly. Remember Kyle Lowry made fun of him because it was in Cleveland. He goes, "Hey, Jimmy, enjoy your vacation, Cleveland."
Is basketball the only sport that can pretty much put their game anywhere? Their All-Star game.
Yeah, I would say so.
Basketball and hockey.
Yeah. I mean, I want it down here. It hasn't been down here in a hot minute because that damn boat show.
Yeah. Isn't the All-Star game, wasn't the All-Star game down here a couple of years ago?
No, hasn't been down here.
Hockey. I'm talking about hockey.
Oh yeah, hockey's gonna be down here this year.
It's gonna be this year.
Okay.
I think baseball was down here a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Baseball was here in Giancarlo Stan's last year with the Fish.
I miss him.
No, you do.
No, you don't.
I do. I really do.
He's on their injury list too.
He is. I mean, he is.
Man, can he hit the ball far?
They're going to pay. Leroy, how much money are they going to pay for strained hamstrings between him and Aaron Judge when they're both in their late 30s?
Oh my God! Like it's like, man, I'm not one to talk, being that I blew out my hammy throwing the egg, but they're right there. Stanton, if he swings too hard, everybody looks over. He's okay.
You're right. You okay? That dude is injury prone. We want to talk about injury prone.
Oof.
Street clothes. Well, I guess they don't have street clothes in baseball, but
him and Anthony Davis and Anthony Davis. Soon as you start feeling good about what he's doing,
yep,
6 to 8.
Well, LeBron's gonna have another chance to flirt with the Heat after in a couple days when they meet at the Davis.
You mean tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. He's gonna be, please take me back. Oh, it's my DNA to be under 500. Oh.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can you ever just sit back and enjoy that man's greatness, or do you always?
I've never said he's a bad basketball player, but he is a show pony.
You never said he was a good one.
Oh no, that's not true. I've said he's a great basketball. It's undeniable to say he's a great basketball player. He may be the best basketball player ever. I think he's got an argument.
Why you can't just go with that? Why you gotta?
Oh, it's not in my DNA. Oh, all right. Well, listen, don't trade for Russell Westbrook, dude. That was your idea.
See what I'm saying? You don't stop. You don't stop.
It's just his passive aggressive nature is hilarious. I just he always comes up with new ways too. It's tremendous.
And you don't do passive aggressive. Here's what your deal is, guys. Okay, hear me out. You think hear me out means that you can say anything that you want without any ramifications?
It's exactly what he does it for.
Right. And then he goes, may have and might. May have and might will always make an appearance on one of your hot takes.
Perhaps.
He is
hard to say. Hard to say.
When you ask him questions about his hot takes, hard to say.
Look, LeBron is I've never said LeBron isn't amazing. I've never called him a choker. I've rooted against him when he was in Cleveland. Oh, I was rooting. The petty in me was strong. And he got an asterisk bounce with the finals. I mean, the grand petty of them all. No Goran Dragic, a one-arm Bam. I mean, you want to talk about, and you still had to take 6 games to beat Jimmy with a teenager and Kelly Olynyk. I mean, come on. Jimmy could have been out there with a baby. He's still taking 2 games from them. Get it out of here. Rajon Rondo hitting threes. You kidding me?
That was incredible.
That has never happened again.
That has never happened again.
What the hell is he?
First and last time that ever happened.
He's a great player. I've never said he's not a great player, but it's a bit much sometimes. The show poniness,
wait.
The moves.
And you don't think that maybe you overdo it a tad at times? Go ahead, say it. Hard to say.
I do think I mean, like you say overdo it. I feel like my temperature is just right, but different strokes for different folks. Some people like it medium rare. Some like it well done. To each his own.
What are you doing? I don't even know if that's a good response to what we just had a conversation about.
Dave South says Tobin plays baseball at Wiggly Field.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh my goodness.
Wiggle to your song. Wiggle to your song.
Oh goodness, that's hilarious. Wiggly field.
Let me see if any of these tickle your fancy. 2 mock trades came out, Leroy. One from Bill Simmons, his mock 3-way. It involves the Heat trading Kyle Lowry to the Timberwolves. And the Raptors would get back D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Jovic, and a 2023 first-round pick, while the Miami Heat get back Fred VanVleet, who's like not having a great year, and Gary Trent Jr. Does that tickle your fancy at all?
No.
Trading the Kyle Lowry contract.
No. I'm
Me
not.
either.
I want to see this Jovic thing play out a bit because I think he has some talent.
Why are the Heat? Yeah, why are the Heat? The Heat have to give. They're basically saying the Heat have to give 2 first-round picks to get off the Kyle Lowry contract with a year left. No. And then Windhorst, he also has a Heat D'Angelo Russell trade. He thinks that the Heat, D'Angelo Russell's in the last year of his deal. He makes about $30 million. He makes about the same as Kyle Lowry. He thinks that the Wolves would like to get some veteran presence from Kyle Lowry and trade the Heat for D'Angelo Russell. And I gotta say, I'm not into it. I'm not. Let me tell you something. I'm not into.
Why would they do that?
Windhorst, I gotta say, D'Angelo Russell, he can get a bucket. He can get hot from every now and then. Not exactly what I think the team needs. So it's like 17
Why would they do
a game.
that?
I don't know. Doesn't do it for me, especially the way Vic's been playing.
That's the other thing, but you have to. Well, and here's the deal: you can get Vic for less than $30 million.
They have for less than $30 million.
No, but I'm saying in the future.
Oh yeah.
D'Angelo Russell isn't like he's going to sign a nice contract
For sure. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I would rather, if I'm gonna give somebody 4 years, go with what I know, which is Vic, and not bring somebody else in.
I just don't think Riley's going to use, because the one thing with the Kyle Lowry, the one chip that it does have, even though he's overpaid, is it can match a big deal of a player. I don't think it's going to be the caliber of. I think that they're going to shoot a little higher than D'Angelo Russell, who's a nice player, but I think Riley's going to keep that chip there to match salaries for
D'Angelo
somebody.
Russell makes $30 million.
Yeah, he makes a lot of money, dude.